Starting this one out by saying happy Thanksgiving to everyone. This is going to be coming out on Thanksgiving, even though technically right now it's the day before. I just wanted to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and hope that everyone's having a good day with family and friends, and to really appreciate the things that you have and the things you're able to do in your life. Just like I'm thankful for being able to run when it's super cold and wet and rainy and kind of sad out. But regardless, I had a run today. It was eerily similar to yesterday's run, but not totally similar. I usually use that phrase when they are exactly the same, but this one was not. This one was a interval run. It was a set of 2 intervals across 50 minutes. So it ended up being a 10-minute warm-up, 5-minute interval at 9:40, 15-minute rest or recovery, and then a 10-minute interval of, again, 9:40, then a 10-minute cool down. So it was kind of a different setup for an interval. That's kind of the setup that I'd had in long runs in the past when I'd done my long intervals. But it was interesting. The first interval went all right. It was kind of cold, so warming up was a little hit or miss. But it went all right. It went pretty fast. Then the 15-minute cool down, or not cool down, but recovery was kind of where I really loosened up. And then the second interval was the tougher of the two, just because of kind of where I was in the run and where I was in the city. So the path I was running for the second interval was a lot of uphills, which never feels good, especially when you're trying to keep a faster pace. But regardless, I did it, and then 10-minute cool down was fine. I really cooled down because, as I mentioned, it's kind of really cold out. Not really cold out, but really cold for our standards in San Antonio. But it went really well, so not complaining too much. What else? As I mentioned tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so I'm not running tomorrow. I'm getting it off, thankfully. It actually works out with the schedule for this week as well. What else? Yeah, we're prepping a lot tonight and getting up early in the morning and starting prep tomorrow. We're hosting, which will be fun. And then we're having a bunch of people over. It's gonna be a lot of fun. What else? Today I officially signed into the Rock and Roll website and officially confirmed my registration for the marathon in a couple weeks. I got my bib number, which I'm blanking right now. I want to say it's like 1816 or something like that. So that's pretty cool. If you're so inclined, I also hooked up my Twitter account to it. So as it tracks and times me over the course of the race, it'll be tweeting out my distances and my times and my splits and everything. I think when I was looking at the map, there are like 5 or 6 timing gates. So, checking it, if you want to check in every once in a while, they'll be on my Twitter, as well as I'll mention them afterwards. But it's getting closer. It's getting a lot closer. I know I mentioned it yesterday, but it's coming. It's coming sooner than I want to admit. And I have my practice marathon this weekend, which is going to be interesting to say the least. I have a feeling it's going to be very similar to when I first started doing my long runs and where I just kind of run out of energy, but it'll be good to have that experience under my belt before going into the actual thing. So yeah, I also looked at I'm kind of all over the place right now, but I looked at the distances, and I'm going to be passing my apartment about 10 miles in. So not exactly halfway, but it'll feel good. It'll be, I think, a good point to, refocus, like I mentioned, change, eat something solid probably, and then keep going. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting, but, we're getting there. I think that's going to do it for me today. I got to go get stuff done in the apartment for tomorrow. I hope everyone has a very good Thanksgiving. And see you guys in a couple days.